So now we're going to go into triangles and let's see how we can do that. Now this one is a little bit more challenging because it's very sensitive. Why do I say that? Well, let's go ahead and create a new canvas for ourselves. Let's go to File, New, and there's your 1000 by 1000 pixel canvas preset there. And we're going to go ahead and double click, and there's our canvas. Now, instead of the marquee tool, we're going to be using what is known as the lasso tool. Now, right now, you're at the polygon tool, and that's the tool we're going to use. But many of you may be seeing the lasso tool, which is the default in the lasso tool series. So what we're going to do is press and hold and select the Polygon Lasso Tool is where we want. So let's go ahead and create some triangles. Alright, so moving the cursor over into the canvas. Now the lasso tool, or actually creating the triangle, involves click, drag of the mouse. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Click, drag, okay, and click, drag. There we go. There is our triangle. So you can stroke that, right click, stroke. Let's keep it at 10 pixels, blue, centered. There you have it. Okay, so a few things that I need to show you before we declare ourselves triangle experts. Okay, let's do it again. The marching ants are still marching, so we press Command or Control D, depending on which platform you're using. And let's try it again. Click, drag, click, drag, click, drag. Now you notice that before we touch what is known as the beginning of the first line, you'll notice that there is a little circle on the lower right. That circle tells us that the beginning point and the ending point of this triangle is about to meet. So once that little circle appears on the lower right, that means we have to click and the marching ants appear. That tells us, okay, we're about to complete this triangular journey. So let's go ahead and create another stroke. This time we'll choose, well, you can choose any color you want. I'm going to choose purple. There we have it. Now, do we always have to look for that little circle on the lower right? No. Let me show you another easier way. First of all, let's go ahead and remove the marching ants. And I'm going to go over here, click, drag, and now watch what I do. I'm going to double click right here, and the marching ants appear. So when you double click at a certain spot, it'll try to connect basically the beginning of the triangle to the end of the triangle. And so now I'm going to go ahead and stroke. And I'm going to choose a different color. This time, let's try this color. Alright, press. There we have it. And now what we're going to do is see if we can use the Shift key in order to create a pretty darn good triangle. If you recall, the Shift key helped create the perfect square and the perfect circle. This time, let's see what kind of triangle it'll create. Well, to involve this, we need this feature here. And if you look on the very top, you'll notice these numbers. Well, this is the ruler. Now, these are rather large numbers. It really shouldn't matter because all it really involves is you doing the math. But I have this set at pixels. If you recall, and let me go ahead and get rid of the marching ants here. If you recall, back when we studied preferences, if you click on Photoshop Preferences, Edit Preferences if you're using a PC, and you go to Units and Rulers. Okay, Units and Rulers, and notice that we set the rulers to pixels. If we set it to inches, whoops, not centimeters, inches, okay, we're going to press OK, and you'll notice that the numbers are much smaller. And I suppose for simplicity purposes we can keep this for now. So go ahead and switch it to inches, and if you want to keep it in centimeters and kind of make it the way you want it to, that's fine by me. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to utilize this thing called guides. And guides, well, they help us draw. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to move the cursor to the middle of the ruler here. I'm going to press and move it down. Let's say, now by the way, if you kind of let go and it's not as far as you want it to go, you can use the move tool. Click on the move tool and now you can actually continue it going down. As you can see, I'm getting all sorts of alerts here. There we go. So I'm going to stop at the first whole number at 9. Okay? Now, on the left side, I've got another ruler over here. So this time, I'm going to try to match the 4 over here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and guide. If you look on the very top, there it is right there. I'm going to match the 4, and you can see that there's a little number over there, x:4.009 inches. Okay, so you can see that it's kind of helping me there. That's good enough. And I want this triangle to be about 9 inches across. So I'm going to go ahead, whoops, I let go. And then again, I have the move tool selected. So I'm going to move this across to about, say, 10. So let's make it into maybe about a triangle that's about 6 inches wide. All right. So what's 6 divided by 2? Well, it should be, let me see, 6 divided by 2 should be 3. So, and what's 3 plus 4? 7. So we're going to create another guide and put it on the 7. There we have it. And this is the area we're going to work with right here. This area right here. So now let's go ahead and select the polygon tool again. And this time I'm going to click on the area where the guides are intersecting, this middle part right here. Click, and then I'm going to go down and click on the lower right of the other guide here. Boom, go across, and then double click. Look at that. Now that is a nice looking triangle. We're going to go ahead and stroke this. Give it a nice color, like say, let's give it a nice gold, shall we? There we go, if you call that a gold. And I'm going to press OK, and press OK once again. So there it is, a nice looking triangle. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. Repeat this lesson again. You can always rewind whenever you get lost. And don't forget, you can always contact me with any questions. Alright, this is Mr. Hague. Let's move on to the next lesson.